For the Pitt Panthers head coach Joe Luxbacher told us during the week that teams put themselves in positions to win games, but players need to step up and make plays to win those games. The Panthers were looking for a few of those players to step up here this evening.
And one of those players could be in goal for the Panthers, Dan Lind. He's going to face a pretty tough offensive attack from Wake Forest.
Yeah, the sophomore goalkeeper has played every minute so far in the season for the Pitt Panthers, posting an 0-2-2 record. He's second in the conference in saves, and his 5.25 average saves per game leads the ACC.
And one player he might see a lot of tonight is attacker for Wake Forest, Andy Lubon.
Yep, the senior through 5 games so far has been really good. 2 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. Both of his goals on the season have been game winners.
Now let's take a quick look at the ACC standings. Right now Clemson is in the 1 spot, but just behind them is Wake Forest, number 9 in the country there with that 2-0 in conference record. And looking up from the bottom are the Pitt Panthers in that 12 spot, still looking for that first win here tonight. And this game will be on right after this break. It's Pitt and Wake Forest here on ESPN3. Inside the box to Gamble, and he's going to just put it in. Lubon was there. Gamble just put it out of reach from Dan Lind, put it in just behind the goalie, and then Lubon was there to ensure that it got into the net. A 2-0 lead here for Wake Forest.
Well, another opportunity with an odd man break, and Gamble has paid dividends. He came right on top. Goal record for Wake Forest, the 25th goal, the career total for Lubon, which is 10th in Wake Forest school history. Lubon's 3rd goal of the season, and the Lubon family happy. Lubon is
here in Pittsburgh. No score just yet from the first half between Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh. And let's take a look, Bob, at the first half highlights. A lot of action, just no scoring yet.
correct, and both teams have had good opportunities. Nice little backhoe pass to the near side. An opportunity on the cross for Thomas trying to find Laurentano down the slot. Nothing doing. There's Chris Davis, who was very active in the first 45 minutes, almost catching Kyle Renfro by surprise, just missing that top corner. And a centering pass on the deflection came to Roble, and offside actually as he tried to hit a streaking Davis coming down the right side.
Another beautiful night here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and as always, it's a great night for some college soccer. Tonight, it's a non-conference matchup between the William & Mary Tribe and the Pittsburgh Panthers. And we welcome you into the home of the Pitt Panthers here at Ambrose Urbanic Field on the University of Pittsburgh campus. Tonight, William & Mary, they're at 5-3-1, and the Pitt Panthers are still looking for their regular season first win, and they're coming off 2 scoreless ties in their past 2 matchups. I'm Pete Blaze alongside Bob Orquist. And Bob, it's a very trying stretch coming up here for the Pitt Panthers. They take on William & Mary tonight, who are at number 29 overall, and then they take on 2 top 20 teams in the ACC. And William & Mary really have been giant killers so far this year. They've beaten the number 1 team in the country twice.
Giant killers is really an understatement for William & Mary. Back on September the 15th, they scored a 3-2 overtime win against Creighton, who was then the number 1 team in the country. And then to top it off, on the 24th of September, William & Mary traveled to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and they posted a 1-0 victory over the Tar Heels on a goal by Jackson SK. Those are 2 resume-building wins for Chris Norris's team.
And you saw from the footage there that William & Mary has some great offensive players who can get it done during the game or in the clutch. But it's been Mac Phillips between the pipes who's really been solid for them so far this year.
Yeah, Mac Phillips, redshirt freshman, has been outstanding. He leads the CAA in save percentage and also is tied for the lead in shutouts with 5. And the ironic thing, he's played every minute of every game, and he was not really on the radar before the season. Now he finds himself firmly entrenched between the pipes for William & Mary.
And having Phillips in net here is not exactly good news for the Pitt Panthers, who have struggled offensively. But we saw against Virginia Tech, Bob, that Chris Davis can be a difference maker here for this offense.
Yeah, created some really good opportunities, some quality scoring chances against Virginia Tech, and the transfer from Gardner-Webb will be counted on again tonight to try to create some opportunities against a defense-oriented team in William & Mary.
It's going to be William & Mary and Pitt coming up in just a couple minutes here on ESPN3. He doesn't have a problem inserting different guys into different places in the lineup as North Carolina gets to a loose ball and puts it in the far side of the net. to the left post. Miscommunication there between Horton and Ryan Myers. At first tried to get ahead on it. It bounced right past him. And Cooper Vandermoss-Peeler puts home the first goal.
Yeah, just Myers had at the near top of the box, had issues with it and tried to turn around, couldn't get there. Horton also came out. Horton couldn't get there, and it came onto the toe of Cooper Vandermoss-Peeler, the junior from Cary, North Carolina. He slid it long side into the far side of the net, and an early lead for North Carolina.